people.
In my wallet, you'll see some in there. If they're not in there, I swear.
Your wallet, you said, was in the car?
On the right-hand side. It's a metal wallet.
Metal
it was
wallet?
broken. It had rubber bands around it. If she put them back on there, after she took the money out of it, it was my good luck wallet. It's the only reason I didn't get rid of it, Dave.
Okay. And you have names in there? Or just phone numbers?
Names and phone numbers.
Okay, all right.
She wrote them right out of her notebook. She had a tiny notebook, too, in the
Where
car.
would that be?
She got rid of that, I think.
Okay.
Because I haven't been able to find it.
You said you went to bed at what time?
10 o'clock.
10. And you think that she left the house between 10 and 11?
She had to have.
Okay.
I woke up at whatever time I called her the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I looked outside and the car was gone.
Where would the key fob have been?
On the bedroom table next to me.
She's done this before?
Yeah, but she hadn't done it in a while, so I started to trust her. With her, you have to. With the schizophrenic, I guess I'm just going by what I know from her. If you don't start back trusting them after they lie to you, they go crazy, and you have to physically hold them, or they will go nuts and cut themselves. She cuts the inside of her legs.
Okay.
She'll go kick the neighbor's door or something. If you don't, she threatened to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to give in, dude.
You told me that she's taken medication for schizophrenia, right?
Yeah.
For 2 years? Or she was diagnosed
not the whole
2 years?
2 years. She was. Oh God, when was she diagnosed? Yeah, 2 years ago she was diagnosed with schizophrenia and dual personality disorder is what she told me when they called her in Ohio.
What happened there?
She disappeared from her mother's house. Let me just start at the beginning. I just need to do this anyway to keep me from crying. 2 years ago, she roughly, we moved from Panama City because she got me fired from my job, basically. First time I've ever been fired in my life, 40 years in the car business. The service animal, Amos, died. Our dog, he was with us 14 years. She had a psychotic break. I didn't know it, what one was at that time. I just thought she was grieving and crying all the time, and she started drinking. Then the maintenance guy downstairs says, "Don't be mad at me." I said, "What are you talking about, dude?" He says, "About your wife." I said, "What do you mean about my wife?" He says, "Well, nothing. He wouldn't talk to me anymore after that." And so I started following her. And I had one of my salespeople follow her, and he found the house she was going to there. So I went to the house and confronted the people. It was a guy living with his mother. He's like 36-some years old. He'd been giving her meth. I said, "Dude, do not speak to my wife again, ever." I said a little more expletives with it. Next thing you know, I'm confronting her with it like an idiot. And she makes me go over there and sit next to the man and apologize. Okay? You don't have a pride when you love someone. I found that out. I swallowed every bit of ounce I had. And I shook hands with the man and sat on his porch with him and talked with him. And nice as I could be, and we went home. And she promised she'd never go back again. 2 weeks later, she's not at home at 6 o'clock. I call and she comes home really messed up, just messed up. So I said, "We're out of this town." She called my boss and said something to him. Next thing I know, John Lee's calling me and said, "I'm going to have to let you go." He gave me a $4,000 severance. And I said, "I appreciate that, but, I really want my job back," and he wouldn't do it. He called me 2 days later. He said, "Give me 2 days to think about it." He called me back. He says, "Can't do it. 1 day later, maybe you can work for me again, Jack. But right now you can't." So I called her mother and her brother. They came down there. I didn't know anything about her brother giving her drugs at the time. They came down. We packed up the house and left. So we were up at her mother's house. We put everything in a storage building. We've been paying $65 a month forever on that storage building because we've had that storage building now for 8 years. We just put more stuff in it again. So now all of our stuff's in there. We're sitting at her mother's, and her dad starts conflicting with her because he's a schizophrenic, and he's got PTSD, and he's dying. He's in a wheelchair, and he hates everybody in the world. And I think I had $35,000 in the bank at this time. Okay, I'm fine. So I go looking for a job there for a little while so she could be with her parents and stuff, and maybe they can help me with her problem of drinking and all of this. So I find a job. Next day, she tells me that I don't have any money. It's all gone. I said, oh, dear God. So I get in the car and I drive off. Well, I'm pissed. You know, you would be too. All your money's gone. There's no safety net. I go back to the house and she's gone. Mother don't know where she is. Took her van. She's gone. I said, shoot. What do I want to do? So I kept calling her, begging her, please, I'll forgive you. Just come home. Please come back. We can come back from this. I'll make $10,000 a month. And I can get some money up quicker for living under her mother. Just think about it. I eat bologna sandwiches or whatever, or buy food for them, and still come out $6,000-7,000 a month. I can save up. So she comes back. The next afternoon, she disappears in the car, our new Altima. So I walk down the street. I don't know what to do. I call my friend Jimmy Vaughn in Jacksonville. He's my editor on my websites. And I said, Jimmy, can you send me $100? I just need to get to you. Can you Western Union me $100? Because the cops have told me I should get away from him. The police officer, when I went to the police station, said you need to get away from him. The whole family's batshit crazy. Police officer told me that. Detective. He actually hid me in the back seat of his car, and I laid down as he drove out so my wife couldn't see. They were there trying to get me. Her mother and, I forget about that, my mother and her were there to get me. So I get in the back seat of the car. It's the detective's car. He takes me over to the bus station. I have a Rolex watch. I was going to go to the pawn shop right next door. I go in there and it says fake. She swapped my watch out and got a fake Rolex. I didn't know the difference. So I went over to the Western Union. I call my buddy Jimmy. He wires me $100, and I need to go to the bus station. There's no bus station in Thomaston, Georgia. So I go to the gas station next door, and I finally talk to this guy. I tell him I'm getting the bus ticket. Jimmy's paying for the bus ticket too, by the way. So I go over there and say, look, I'll give you $50 if you'll drive me to Macon.
Is this from a couple of years ago?
Yeah, from Thomaston. So I go there, and then I go to Jacksonville. I swallow all my pills in the bathroom. I didn't realize I'd fall off the toilet. You know, I just figured I'd die right there. No, they find me, and I'm in trauma unit 9 days. Then I go into Baker Act. Then I get out of Baker Act. Well, I'm into Baker Act. She calls. Somehow they found me. I didn't tell them where I was at or anything. So we make up over the phone, and I said, just when I get out of this thing, just come and get me. But she's in Ohio, apparently, been Baker active for trying to take a military installation apart with her 5-carat diamond ring I paid $65,000 for. Now she has a fake moissanite one to replace it. I found that out. And I tested with a moissanite tester at a pawn shop, and a diamond had said no, moissanite said yes. So now I'm back down here. I said, okay, here's what we'll do. Let's call my friend Bill Johnson. He's the general manager at Kraft Nissan. I call him. Bill wires me $1,000 to Jacksonville and says, come on, I need you, I'll use you, you know, because I'm very good at what I do, and I have integrity. So I told him everything. He says, I don't care, just come on. So he gets me there and gets me a pay plan together, and I rent this place, the trailer that's to the right of that house. I rent that first.
Okay.
Rented that, and then when the lady moved out of the one next door, we moved over there.
Okay.
A little better place, but I wanted to keep her down on the lake and out of the city, you know. Mm-hmm. I know it's bad over across the street. Didn't know it was bad across the street until I found out she was doing drugs. Didn't know you can't walk.
Now tell me about the drugs. How did you find out she was doing drugs?
Our money's gone. She didn't pay my car payment for 4 months. And they didn't have my new phone number, so they couldn't call me. So one day I went to trade it. And when you pull up your bureau to get your payoff with NNA Net, Nissan, I had 0% at that point. Got good credit. They said, you know, call this number. So I called the number and said, sir, your car's in default. We're looking for your car. Where do you work? I go, oh, I'm not telling you where I work, man. Let me get the money. So I called John Lee again, and he paid. And also I found out when she admitted to me she didn't pay the car payment that we were $1,000 overdrawn in Panama City at Bank Credit Union. So I called John Lee. I didn't want to embarrass myself by talking to Bill Johnson, my general manager, about it. I called John and said, John, I'll never ask another favor. He said, forget about it. I'll send the money. Just tell me where to do it. So he ended up paying the car payment over all the $1,800 or something over the phone. with Nissan, and then he said he took care of Bay Credit Union for me, and he's a good man. But that's when I knew.
Did she tell you that she was using crack?
Oh yeah, she admitted.
She told you.
Oh, yeah,
Flat
she
out,
admitted.
okay.
Yeah, she admitted.
Okay. I want to get into that, and I apologize. I know that you want to get some of this out, but we're going to try to get some information from you.
No, go ahead.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's more recent. So tell me, within the past 24 hours, what's been going on?
She went to get some drugs.
Okay, how do you know this?
$20. She had $20, and I said, if you go, I'm not going to be here when you get back. That's all.
She told you this?
Yeah, all I can do is threaten.
When was that? What?
Probably
Yesterday?
8 o'clock this evening.
Sunday.
Yeah, this evening.
Okay, Sunday at 8. Okay. She told you she was going to go get some drugs.
8:30. I'm sorry, 8:30.
She said she's going to get crack.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she came back with a little piece about that big, $20 looked like worth. Went in the bathroom. I sat there and stared at her the whole time she's smoking it.
Mm-hmm.
She only got to do 3 of those hits. She has a broken pipe thing that she took with her apparently. It's about that big. And I said, give me that. You don't need to do this. And then she said she'd leave me if I didn't let her smoke it because she's going crazy. So I gave it to her. You can't do nothing else, man.
Yeah.
And then I laid down on the bed, told her I'm forgive her for that even. I said, I just need to get some sleep. I got to get up at 5:30. So I laid down. I remember one other time she came in the bedroom and woke me up because I cough. I got that flu shot a few weeks ago at the hospital, and it's making me have that hack every hour or so. I'll hack a couple times. And I woke up. Maybe she brushed me or something. And she says, I love you, and kissed me on the head. Went back in the laundry room where she hides. She has her little cubby hole she sits back there in. Schizophrenia. There's no cameras in there.
What time do you think that was? That she was...
It had to be before I called.
But do you, when you went to bed at 10, you think?
Right at 10.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know when I went to bed, to be honest with you. Wait a minute. I checked the lottery. at 8:40. It might have been 9:30 when I fell asleep, because I don't know, man. Time I say my prayers, I usually pass out halfway through my prayers. I don't know.
Okay.
Don't know for the life of me, man.
So you fell asleep. She came in, kissed you, said I love you, and then you woke up.
I didn't look at my watch at that time. I didn't even get up because I didn't have to pee, which 60-year-old men have to pee every time they wake up. You know what I mean? But I didn't. And that's it. I woke up at 11 whenever I called the first time, and I looked out the door and seen the car was gone. I called about 10 times, no answer, and then I started texting her, and you've seen all my texts, I'm sure, if you looked at the phone. I started, first you start off being mad, you better get home, and then it goes to, please come home, I don't care about anything, you know what I mean? It's just, that's the pattern with us, man. I'm sorry. I love her to death, man. She can't help it.
Yeah.
I had a guy at my job jump out of his car in front of the gas station and throw his sunglasses on the ground. And I said, hey, dude, you going to want those? They were those high-dollar ones y'all wear. And I put them on my head. He said, no. He took his clothes off and ran out in the street like a bird. He said he was a bird. And the police came, and I said, you want these sunglasses? He threw them down over. He said, I don't need them where he's going.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know of any names of people that she buys drugs from or talks to? Does she have any friends?
One of them. She don't have any friends. That black girl, her mom said that she took her daughter all the time to go get drugs and to sell things. She sold everything. My gold bracelet, she had a $10,000 gold bracelet a few weeks ago. It's gone, antique.
This is just for her phone?
Yes, sir. Is it open?
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't try after the last time she caught me trying.
Did you call from any other numbers?
And she keeps that back off because of something to do with people following you or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
She didn't know I did it through the email that first time. And you can do it through Google if you put your email on the phone, and it'll find your phone. The last phone number she called around 8:30 or so, that's the guy that she was going to get the drugs from.
Say that again?
She said she was going to go get some drugs, and she texts him or calls him, one of the two.
At around 8:30?
She won't let me see her phone, man. I don't know when she did it, but that's about when I think it was. I can't believe I'm going to go home and she's not there. What do I do, man? I can't sleep ever again. You married? What would you have done different, dude? Just give me a minute and tell me that, man to man.
I have no idea because I've never been in your shoes.
You threatened to leave.
Probably.
Then you forgive them. I took the car away from her. She wrecked it, ran over a fire hydrant, and did $4,000 damage to the undercarriage. Then she hit the side of the front fender, banged it like this, and it was a big dent. I popped out most of it. I've done everything a man can do, you know. I've never cared about anything on this earth, not even my son when he was alive this much. I've done everything possible. Everything you could do. Threatened to leave. I've walked up the street, I drove up to the gas station, but I can't go further from her. My heart drags me back.
Yeah.
Because her family walked away from her. They don't understand schizophrenia.
Yeah.
You have to separate the sickness from the person. It's not her doing any of this. It isn't. I've seen it in her eyes. She wasn't there. Not the baby girl, I know. You look at her eyes. It ain't the same girl as an animal. They will kill you for drugs. You try to love it out of them. You can't love it out of them. You can't. You can't threaten it out of them. Believe in them, you know, and stuff.
Right.
You can't do it. I'm sorry. I know y'all.
You said that the person she got drugs from, she called around 8:30?
Probably.
Okay.
Because she said that she was going to get some drugs. And I just rolled over. I was so stupid, I should have grabbed her. If I grabbed her, she threatened to call the police. You know, and say I'm hurting her and stuff. You don't know what the ends they'll go to for that drug. I can't even stand the smell of it. It smells like burnt toast or something.
We would like to have your permission to process the vehicle and get any kind of physical evidence we need.
I never want to see it again.
Okay. This is a form that we would need you to sign. Okay. You're more than welcome to read it.
I have to read that. Read the cops, dude.
Okay.
Put his name at the top still.
If you could just print your name right there. And then sign right there. Thank you.
I've been suspecting because there would be cigarette butts on the right-hand side of the car when she comes to pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ashes stuck on the windows on the side, and handprints up there as you're going in the door.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't reach up and touch the top of the car ever. You know, you start to see things.
Do you only have one car?
Yes, sir.
You work Monday to Friday?
Yes, sir.
When you take that car, or does
Yes.
she use it?
I
Or both?
take it away from her when she does bad things. I don't even care about her cleaning the house anymore. I live in a pigsty, sir. It is a hoarder's home.
Yeah.
I've learned to live with that. And I would be embarrassed for you to even see in my home. Anyone, even if you don't know me. But she threatens to leave me or go to work at Walmart to make drug money if I don't give her the car and $20 a day.
Have you ever seen anybody in the car with it?
Never.
Do you know if she's loaned it out before?
Who knows?
You don't know. Possible, but you don't know.
Possible because of the cigarette burns.
So would you go to work and then she would have the car while you were at work?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that?
I've had to Uber home before because she said she couldn't come and get me. She was too sick. And I've had to Uber home probably 5-6 times. I had to Uber her there to get the car because we were arguing about the car. You can look at my texts and stuff and see that. And she would call me and say, I've got to have the car. And I have to give in, you know.
On the way up here, we stopped. We drove down the street, and you pointed out it was ended up being Floral Street. But you said you drove down that street one time, and
Yeah,
that's
did.
where she would buy from. One of the places.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the guy.
Yeah.
I saw the guy.
She pointed out a specific person.
No, he got in the car and gave her drugs.
Oh, he got in the car, okay.
Yeah, he gave her drugs.
How old do you think that guy was?
20-something. Never, really, I didn't see his face, to be honest with you. I couldn't look at him. But, I mean, I saw the door open and stuff, but I was afraid that she might be having sex with him, and I couldn't look at him.
Yeah.
You know,
Has she done that before? She said
no,
that?
no. She
Just in your
she
mind?
has promised me that she would never do anything like that.
That was a...
She said, I have integrity, and that would make her blow up.
Do you think she has had sex with him for money or for drugs? Do you think she would do something like that?
I would not. You say she's dead, I would never say anything about her like that. Even if I thought it, ma'am.
Okay.
Even if I thought it. She's gone.
Right. Well, our job is we have to find out everything that's been going on to be able to find out who killed her. So if it's something that might have happened in the past and not anymore, that's kind of what I was at.
She turned. You turn a blind eye to that kind of stuff. You don't want to know. You see things like her bag had condoms in it one day, and she says she got them for us. And if you push it, she will leave. She'll leave me.
Okay.
So
What is
maybe I'm a weak man, ma'am. I'm sorry, but I wanted my wife regardless. Okay.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Judging on that. I'm asking
Just felt like
if
you
you
were.
think. No,
I'm sorry.
I asked you for a reason because we need to know this.
Yes, ma'am.
These are things we need to know. We need to know if there's other people that she's dealing with.
There's a crap load on that list. One of them is the old owner of the mall, whatever his name is. I looked him up when she gave me that name on that list. He used to own the mall. He goes to Canada and gets pills and drugs and brings them back. And she said the police were going to get him when he came back from Canada this time. What is the name of the man that used to own the mall? Anyway, it's on that sheet. I looked him up on the internet.
What sheet is this?
Is this that's in your wallet?
Supposedly.
Okay.
If it's still in there.
Yeah. You said a purse or a bag. Was it a bag that she carries around? Does she have a purse or anything?
She's got 4 different ones.
Okay.
But she puts everything in one and keeps it with her at all times. I'm not allowed to be around anything alone. Promise you, there ain't nothing there in my house that she would let me find. Because I found everything so many times. She's schizophrenic. They carry everything they own on them sometimes.
What does her bag look like?
Do you know what bag she would have
Today,
taken?
I don't know, because we didn't leave the house today together at all. I went to get our lottery number, and when did I go to the grocery store to get? I went to get something, a couple of apples and an orange for her, and the lottery number and her drink, the big drinks at the gas station, and that's it. But she never left the house with her bag today, but she takes it with her when she goes.
What was the bag that she was using most recently? You remember which one it was?
Right now, man, I don't think of nothing right now, sorry, like that. I'll try to think.
Do you know where Holton Street is?
No.
Have you ever driven to any kind of apartment complexes or projects with
That's
her?
the only place I've ever been with her is
Just that one
place I
street?
showed you, yes, sir.
Okay.
Ever. Other than she showed me where that police officer's house was near that park. She showed me that. There's another house she showed me going towards, when we went to, we were coming here to this lake, Ella. When you come up, we were on Lake Bradford, right? If you continue on past McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, let me think. Where's that other place? Oh my God. My mind's just doing that on him. It's like shutting off. Give me a second. Where is it? Oh, no, it's not that far up. The post office. Over there near my house. That only post office there is right
The
there.
big one on the corner?
On the corner there, across from Captain D's. And,
Yep. Orange and Adams, yep.
Yeah. Come back this way, though. On
Which
Orange.
way?
Come back on Orange.
Closer
this
to
way,
your house?
Towards my house.
West. So go.
There's the first house down in the hole. There's a house there. There's like 6 or 8 cars there. She showed me that's where a drug dealer lived too. Showed me that one time. Said that she was real rich, a lot of money. But the cop drives a Volvo, and they got a Mercedes. They got high dollar cars.
This is the FSU one?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Near the
you
park.
Near a park.
I just remember she drove me down by that park and pointed to the house, but I couldn't point it out. So
You never seen the person?
No. Never
She
seen
just,
it.
this stuff she's telling you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And that's the one supposedly the police went with her, and they had drones and 3 or 4 guys with them, and they put wires on her. There was a suction cup on my windshield now, so don't discount this completely. Somebody stuck a suction cup in the center of my windshield. She said it was a GPS device they used that has a camera in it.
Okay.
And she showed me tape marks on her boobs. But she would not let me call the guy. But see, my messages don't go back far enough. But she sent me one of the police officers' names and his phone numbers. And when I was sitting there before I called you guys, I was going to call him. So I went back through my messages here. Where's my messages at? And went back through my messages as far as back as I could go, baby girl. And it doesn't go back far enough. So it'll do that thing letting you go back.
Yeah.
It won't go back far enough. It'll stop in a second.
How long ago do you think that was?
Wait a minute now. Whoa. What day is... I can't see, sir. Tell me what day is that.
November 16th.
Maybe it did go back far enough. Just a second here.
Yeah.
She gave me his name.
Yeah.
Now, is this message coming from me or from... out? Can you tell? That's a different phone number. That's not the one I'm looking for, but... See, this is a hospital.
What's a hospital?
This is a hospital number. I called it before I called the police.
That 32...
I didn't call it. I looked it up on Google. It's 325-5000. 816. Oh, that's me. I was in the hospital. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm like, I think anything on the right is going to be you.
They wanted to do open heart surgery on me. Wanted me to stay in the hospital. Bad heart.
Yeah.
Bad. No hope.
You said heart disease?
The arteries are so thin that they collapse. My arteries collapse, and it looks like a panic attack, but it's your heart. Anyway, it's not going back far enough, but if you can get the records from that phone, you can see
what is
the phone number she sent me.
Your number is the 386 number?
225-1149.
Okay.
I was just watching this show yesterday. 48 hours. Correlation is driving me insane. I'm done, man. I'm done. I have nowhere to go, dude. I have nobody to talk to.
Where are you from?
Jonesboro, Georgia. I don't speak to my sister or my brother. My brother tried to make up with me. A few years back, he called me, begging me. He saw me on LinkedIn. Please, let's just be brothers. And the 3rd time I hung up on him, and he texted me and touched my heart. And I called him and said, okay, Chris, we'll have a relationship, buddy. We'll do it. 2 days later, he calls me wanting $5,000. That's all he wanted was money.
They live in Georgia as well?
Yeah. No, I don't know where he was there. I think he was in Maryland at the time when he called.
How did you meet Mary?
She cut my hair in a beauty salon in Riverdale, Georgia. And she said, I've been going in there, because don't go to bars. If you're single, you go to a beauty salon, a beauty college. I saw nothing but women. So she started telling me when she was cutting my hair about her boyfriend, one of these, you're a liar, you're stupid, you're ugly. She had cut her hair off really short because her self-esteem was so low. I said, go to lunch with me. She said, you're too old for me. And I said, just go to lunch with me, bring your friends. So she said, you just go get something from Captain D's next door and I'll eat with you. So I did. And I told her, after about 2 hours of sitting there with her, I said, how long are you from graduating? Because her boyfriend was stealing her money and took her shoes her mom bought her for her birthday and sold them, took them back to the store, and got like $12 and went and played pool with it. Sorry, piece of crap. And her dad was very abusive. Hit her in the head with a skateboard when she was 14, said she'd never see Alice Cooper because she said, you want to go see Alice Cooper? Well, if you look on my Facebook, you'll see that I took her to see Alice Cooper, and I said, I'm going to make every dream this woman ever had come true. And she was having a ball if you look at the video on there. Anyway, I said, if you'll marry me tomorrow, I'll give you the deed to my house. And you don't love me in 6 months, you can keep it. You'll never have to kiss a man's ass to put a roof over your head ever again. And she did. She married me. 6 months later, I asked her as a joke, and she said, I'll never leave you. And now she's left me because of drugs. It's not her fault, dude. That shit sucks them in, buddy.
Yeah.
And they're done. I did everything possible a man could do to save that woman. I swallowed my pride 1,000,000 times. 1,000,000 times. I've gone to my boss, I've gone to the comptroller at work here over the last couple of months to get advances so I can pay my rent and not be embarrassed in front of my landlord. And make sure my car payment's on time because I'm trying to get our credit back up. I'm paying like 13% interest or something now. I bought her a new car because she said they were hiding things in the car, cameras and shit. She's taking apart every smoke detector in my home. If they're at my house right now, my dog's scared to death. Did they go to my house, dude?
Who?
Please.
We were at your house.
I mean, has anyone been in there?
No.
Please let me get the dog before
no.
you can have everything.
No, we don't need to go in your house.
I don't want nothing.
Yeah, no.
You can have everything there. Give it to Goodwill. I said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call them Monday. They can have everything.
Where are you going to live? Where are you going to go?
I can't stay in that house. I get paid Friday, I'll stay in a hotel or something. I can't live with memories no more, dude.
Yeah. I understand that. That makes sense. A lot of sense.
I don't think I'll be able to live, to know the truth. It's taking me down right now.
How so?
I feel like my life's draining out of me. She was the only thing good I've ever known. Even when she was bad, it wasn't her. It was the drugs. I tried to quit smoking for her, to show her that you can stop anything. I had 2 cigarettes the other day, and I had one tonight. I think that might have upset her. If I'm to blame for this, I killed myself. I can't live with the fact.
Do you think you're going to kill yourself?
It's not about that. It's not. That's selfish.
Yeah.
I need to find out who did it.
That's
They'll
what
pay.
we're working on.
They're going to pay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
That's our job. That's why we're here.
I will be forever in your debt. Forever. Live in your fucking garage, dude. Give him a check for years. If I can hold out, just find them and make them pay, son. Because I'm going to take everything he ever loved when you get him. When I find out who it is, nothing he ever touched that he loved will be left on this earth. Nothing. I'll give you a shirt off my back. I'd give my life for my boss. I would. For a child especially, I would. If this man's going to lose everything he's ever done, ever touched. If I have to live in this police station till you find him. Just got to take care of that dog because she deserves being took care of. I got to get her mother to take her. She's at 6 homes. This is so sad. I have to bathe her every other night. She has skin disease.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to get in there and rub off the sores because her skin weeps and she chews it and makes sores, calls them schnauzer bumps. And I do it. I bathe my wife's head with cold water when she's telling me that she needed drugs. And she's hitting me, punching me, biting me. I'm a good man. I don't deserve this. I don't, man. I'm not being selfish or pitiful. But I'm telling you, I don't deserve my wife to be taken from me. I've done everything God could ever ask to help her. Trying to think any other people I've even seen. That's the only two places I've even been. And the only reason I know about that other street's because that's where the record guy said he picked up the car. Said they threw rocks at him while he was, or she said that he was throwing, somebody threw rocks at him.
Yeah.
But he
The
told
Jaguar?
Me, yeah, but he told me what street it was on.
Yeah.
Then she sold the Jaguar for $1,000 apparently, but the guy only gave her $500 and never gave her the other $500 because the engines that were locked up.
Does she, if she had a wallet or a purse with her or something like that, would there be a bank card in it?
She had like 3 or 4 of them, bank cards in the back seat. I mean, not in the back seat, in the back laundry room, laying on the table. And I mentioned them this morning. She said, those are debit cards. Those are just debit cards. One of them had my name on it.
What banks are they?
No, they're those Walmart cards and shit you get.
Oh, it's not even a... Does she have any?
No, we don't have any bank cards because the one in Panama City I owed a bunch of money to.
Do you bank with anybody?
I bank with Capital City Bank, but she's
Does
not
she have
on the
access?
account.
She's
No,
not. Okay.
It's all shut down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no
She has
financial
a P.O.
institution.
box somewhere, but she won't tell me where.
So there's no credit or debit card out there that you know of floating around or
That I know of, yes, sir. Very good at the way to say it, because I have seen letters in the mailbox, if I ever get one, about credit cards and stuff. But you know, she just says that they send them to you anyway, and
Yeah, it does
if I
happen.
take the envelope from her, she'll leave the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do that to her because she's out there. It's dangerous out there,
Right.
man.
It absolutely is.
I don't want her gone more than 10 minutes. Freaks me out. That's why you'll see what I've said to her tonight. I'm saying, I'm calling the police. I'm telling you, I got to call the police.
Yeah. Do you know if she has any other phones?
No, but she's had 20 this year or so. I don't know how
Okay.
many.
So there's only one car key,
Yep.
the key fob,
Right.
one phone.
Uh-huh.
We don't know of any credit, debit cards, or anything like that she would have access to.
No, sir.
Um,
She knows her mother's banking information. I'm sure her mother's shut it down because a couple of weeks ago she said she stole money out of her account. You know.
Yeah. All right. So the phone is going to be the biggest key right now of who she's been communicating with.
Yes, sir.
Up until the point that you only called her from one number, correct?
I called from my dealership number, whatever that number is.
Oh, okay.
I got
Yeah,
a
please let
I
me
got
know.
a business card wait a minute, somewhere. There you go.
You were calling her from the 225 number,
No, this one here too.
576. Is that a cell phone?
Wait a minute. 3862. That's my cell phone number at the bottom, sir. That's my business number at the top. I've called from my business number too.
Tonight.
No, not tonight.
Oh, okay.
No,
Tonight you only called from one
Only
number.
from this number, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. But that's my work number. You can keep the card if you want.
Thank you. Okay. Jack Bennie?
I go by Jack Bennie. It's Bennie Jack Gray. Old people remember Jack Bennie.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a
All right.
tag I've used for 25, 30 years now.
What do you do there? Floor manager.
I'm
Okay.
a closer. I'm a ninja.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm very good at persuading people. I have an 80% closing ratio. That national average is 17%. I've brought that store up 130% since I came through the doors in profit, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Maybe about $10,000 a month. A little over sometimes. This month I'll make 13. Stupid money, ain't it? You guys
Yeah.
ain't paid near enough, dude, for what you do.
That's
I'll give
that's
you
a lot of
everything I
money.
make for the next year if you'll tell me who this guy is. Just get him. I don't want the money.
Yeah.
Don't need it. I'll eat bologna sandwiches, sir. Just find him. Because I'm going to hire a detective to find him if y'all don't. I'll spend every dime I got other than putting a roof over my head and eating. I'm not going to let myself die because I want to see it. I want to see his face. He's an animal. That's what he is, and he took the only thing this man needed to live. The only thing I got to be here for, and he took it from me. You don't do that. Not me. I'm not going to cry and walk off and marry another woman or something like other people do.
Yeah.
He took everything, buddy. My conscience, my soul.
Yeah.
He's destroyed a man. He took everything. He took her life. She is such a precious person, you have no idea how much love she had in her. You don't. She hated herself for what she was doing. She did. She constantly told me. She said, let me just read one thing she said to me, if you don't mind. I know you got things to do. Please, if somebody out there looking for this guy now.
That's what we're looking into.
Thank you. I just got to go back a little ways. Where's the night starting? There we go. There we go. Just hear this, and you'll see what she is. I know you more than you will ever know. I love you more than you will ever know. I expect more from you than this is humanly possible. She expected more from me than is humanly possible. She made me a better man. That's what she did. I admire you and put you on a pedestal higher than the heavens. To me, you're stronger than Hercules. You're omnipresent to me. I know I don't show it or say it ever enough. I never have, and I'm sorry for that. I was raised that showing affection and compassion to the son of a weak person, that's her sick-ass father, and her mother enabling him. I know I seem cold and hard, but I'm softer than marshmallows inside. It hurts. I cry when I'm alone so no one knows my heart hurts. I get a pit in my stomach and tremble every time I lie to you. I hate myself for it. Every moment I'm alive, I only live for you. I have no other reason to be here. She don't deserve to die. Tell me this ain't true, man. Come on, dude. Come on, man.
Wish I could.
That woman don't deserve to die.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You find him. If he ever gets out of jail, I'll kill him.
I believe you.
Yeah, because I ain't never lied. I don't lie. Not for 15 years have I lied about anything. Even if it cost me everything. I never lie, I don't steal. I'm not going to turn into a drunk again. I used to be a drunk 25 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm not going to mess up. I'm going to stay straight. I'm going to get him. He'll be the last one, though. I'm going to find out these names for you, and we're going to get them. That guy that owns that mall, she was telling the truth because I looked him up. His name's exactly the way she said it was. I'm going to get him.
I believe you. We got a lot to look into, okay? I'm going to get you back down to your house. Or wherever you want to go. You want us to take you somewhere?
I gotta go check on the dog. Oh God, I have no car, no way to get to work. I gotta tell him tomorrow I can't work. I can't work.
Yeah, here for just a second. Let's see.
I'll wait on you, sir.
You doing okay? You drinking your water?
Yeah. That's one of these guys that she says she turned into the police, and they come to my house. I'm gonna kill them now. I'm telling you, I'm not going to sleep. They better not come to my house. I hope y'all find them.
Yeah, well, at this point, they got a lot of stuff to sort out. And even, you don't even know if that's true, what she was telling you. You don't even know if that's true.
I know. But the names and phone numbers are, because they were in her hidden book, and I watched her write them over into my piece of paper. Those names and those phone numbers are real. Okay. I got a list. The guy that used to own this mall here's one of them. The mall over there. He used to, the one down the street here, I guess, he used to own that one. He's in Canada getting pills right now. She said the police were going to get him when he came back.
But here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
All that could have just been made up.
Yeah.
Okay? That's just a story to keep you, you know...
This ain't made up.
No, this is
not.
not...
My wife?
No, that's not made up. That's not made up.
We're going to get him, because I'm going to spend every dime I make on somebody to find him. I'm not smart enough to do it. If they don't find him, I'll get somebody to find him. I'll never quit paying for it. I can live on $2,000 a month. I make 10. I'll do it. I'm going to find him.
Well, right now, like I said, you've been through a lot. This is a shock. Just got to try to get through, you know, one thing at a time.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to be focused. Yes, ma'am. I understand what you're saying. I'm focused. Trust me. My heart's on my sleeve a little bit right now. I want you to say something. This is my wife. There's how she is. Just read the last one there. Lift it up. I'm scrolling down wherever you got to do. She sent that a couple of days ago, whatever, a few days ago.
You called her baby girl? Was that your name for her?
I was daddy man.
Oh.
I still am her daddy man.
Mm-hmm.
And my job ain't done. I tried to save her. I couldn't save her. I'll fix it. I'll make it right. No matter the cost. She's my only purpose, I told you. She still is, and still will be. Until whoever did this to her, that woman didn't deserve to be done bad.
No, she didn't.
I seen her give homeless guys half the money in her pocketbook a dozen times. We used to make sandwiches for the children that were runaways up at Little 5 Points, and get potato chips, bags and bags of them, and bottled waters to take up there and sit and be with them. We're not Bible thumpers, but we try to let them see Christ through us.
Are you part of a church?
No, ma'am. Don't believe in them. They just want to build a bigger building. They don't want to help people like my wife. The schizophrenics on the street. They turn their back on them. They're too good for them.
Was she ever, like, formally diagnosed?
Yeah. Appalachia.
Okay.
She just got out of there a few months ago when she tried to kill herself. That banker acted her.
How did she try to kill herself?
Got in the car and did 100 miles an hour down the expressway.
Mm-hmm. Did she crash?
No. Police got her. They pinged her phone and stuff. When I called her, they're so good here. The cops helped me greatly. They come to my job and comforted me and stayed with me. And I'm very impressed with that. Even tonight, I'm impressed with this. But it's not going to bring my wife back, so I'm kind of about tired of talking, to be honest with you. I just want to get who did it.
Okay, well, it's going to, you know, like I said, these investigators are very good at what they do.
Yeah.
And it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
My concern is for you right now, and, you know, where you're going from here. Because I'm a little concerned by some of the things you've said.
I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to go after anybody. I'm giving them time.
Okay.
I'll give them a respectable amount of time. But then game on. I'm a very smart man.
I don't think it's a good idea for you to be by yourself. Okay?
I don't have anybody. And I don't want to be in the hospital. Please don't do that to me. Not with my dog there at the house. She misses my wife more than me, I'm sure. She loves my wife. I just want to hold her and I'll be fine. I'll call my boss, tell him I can't come to work tomorrow. My wife is gone. What a great phone call to make. To my mother, too, my mother-in-law.
When's the last time Mary saw her mom?
A few months back, she came down. She told her to leave, blew up on her. I rented the place next to us so she could stay in it while she was there. My wife didn't want her in the house. She's a hoarder. Schizophrenia, it's to the ceiling. Money is nasty.
So they didn't get along?
Her mother is batshit crazy.
Okay.
Her father is a schizophrenic. Very mean man. He's been abusive to her all of his marriage.
Is he still living?
Yeah, he's about dead though. He's got COPD, in a wheelchair, and breathing with oxygen all the time.
She didn't have any siblings?
Her brother,
Okay.
yeah, he's a drug head. He's the one that gave her the drugs that when she ran off up to Ohio with. I know in my heart he's the one that got her the meth. And she swallowed a whole 8-ball, she said, and I think that's what cracked her even worse, where she just can't do nothing. She didn't deserve this, ma'am.
No, she didn't.
If you saw pictures of her, if you just saw her face, I mean, she's such a beautiful woman and so good. She is. I wonder if my internet works, I can show you.
So your wallet and everything's in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Wow. That poor dog, she's worried to death right now, I'm sure. She went everywhere with my wife. Everywhere. When Amos died, her first service animal, that's what started the whole thing. The drinking, and it was the beginning.
When did that happen?
That was a couple of years ago when we were in Panama City.
How long did you live over there?
Probably 10 years or so. But we moved into a $1 million condo over there, renting it. When Amos died, the maintenance guy was there at the house a lot more than I kind of felt comfortable with. When I come home, and I don't know, she felt bad for the little guy. She always talked to them. You know, we're not better than anybody just because I make money, but you don't want to associate with the people that work in the property, is what I told her. And next thing I know, he's telling me, I'm sorry about your wife. I said, what do you mean? He says, never mind, nothing. He never spoke to me after that. Then I had someone follow her and found out she was doing drugs at a man's house, and I went there to confront him, and then I found her, and she made me sit on the sofa next to him and shake hands with him, or she would leave me. That's how much love I had for her. And I still do. And I'll have it until I take care of this guy, whoever did this. I'll have it. I'll probably go to hell. Now, probably won't ever make it to heaven after this. Because I can't get past it. I will never get past it. She's the only thing on this earth I ever really, 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 really cared about. I care about children. I put my life in danger for children before. I'm a Shriner. Stepped out, stuck my hand in a car with a man that I thought had a real gun, shooting at people. And the police officer said, don't ever do that again. It was a pellet pistol, but he could have killed me with it. It's at close range. But I thought, if he's shooting at my dealership, he's going up to the mall. All these kids are up there outside. They're doing this big hoo-dah up there. I just hopped in the car and chased him down before the police got there, and I grabbed the gun and it triggered in my hand like that. And I looked back, you look back to make him look, and he looked, and when he did, I grabbed the gun and pushed it against the seat. He was high on meth too. And every drug they said was known to man was in the car, pot and pills and everything else. But I'd give my life for a child, even now. But I don't know if I'm gonna ever get past this, man. I know I won't, because she was a part of me, not just a wife.
You won't ever get past it, because that's a void.
Yeah, she's not just my wife. And I'm not being disrespectful, but you have no idea how deep love is.
No, I don't.
It's so deep. I'd give my life for her. If right now they would take me. No regrets. I'll show you. This was her fashion stuff. She took if your grandma died, she took all of her nightgowns and doilies and dust ruffles. This is before the drugs. And make you a gypsy outfit so you never forget your grandma.
Oh, that was her business?
That's what she was doing before people started getting in her emails and in her messing with her website. I guess that was the schizophrenia. She thought the government was doing it or somebody. And I told her I'd help her find out who did it to her. I called a guy on Craigslist and he never called her. I said, I'll pay you whatever. I'll pay you $300 for 2 hours. Just sit down with her and listen to her, because she's talking over my head with stuff. She talked over the sheriff's department's heads a year ago when I brought them to the house. They came to the house to hear her talking about somebody was watching us from the living room. They came in through our cable box, is what she said, and went through our Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's schizophrenia. Yeah.
But it seems so real.
Well, it seems real. It seems real to her.
Made sense though to me. I'm so stupid. See, they told me at the hospital when I took her home, they said, she's got as her. They said, you got a rough road ahead of you, but I didn't feel it so rough. Yeah, I gotta swallow my pride. I gotta try to keep a leash on her a little bit to a certain extent, but I thought I had it.
Did they have any outpatient treatment for her?
She wouldn't go back. She took the pills that they gave her. I just refilled one the other day. The drugstore said they didn't have any more gabapentin. And the drugstore said, but we have, it's a government one though, because she left me. She's been gone days at a time, So when Appalachia, they gave her pills for $3 a prescription, but this drugstore says you got to pay $18 to get 30 of them, because this is my private stash, apparently is what she said. But she had a script for them for 3 months. The lady had mercy on us because her insurance just kicked in on the 1st of January on her. They have open enrollment or whatever, December or whatever. But I signed her up in it. It's $4,000 deductible. I was going to pay it next Friday when I got my washout check. And she could go to the doctors, every kind of doctor known to man, for no deductible. And she couldn't last that long. Just a couple more days. And it'd have been over, because they didn't give her what she needed. She said she needed pain pills. The tricycle arouse you in her face, and her skin, and her MS. The pain is so bad that they self-medicate. Okay, you can't tell them no. They cry and cry. Her face sets on fire. She's had a ganglion nerve injection. You know what that is? That's taking a needle. A couple of times in Panama City, Dr. Mustafa Ahmad did this for her. That needle's that big around with no point. Your mouth is wired open. They're watching on a television set with an x-ray thing on your head. No anesthesia. No nothing. No local. They stick it in through your jawbone and go across under your left side of your brain to your under your sinus cavities to the left side of your brain. They inject steroids and bleach, is the layman terms for it, to kill the nerve. So she ate, and it takes an hour to get the needle in. Just to get it in, and then they inject another needle, put another needle in there and shoot the stuff through the hole. She went through that. She has trigeminal neuralgia. Nobody would lay there and go through that. She has MS because I've seen how her feet do with neuropathy. Her legs hurt, constantly hurt.
Well, there's no doubt she had a lot of issues going on.
She told me, if you just get my pills for me, I won't do drugs anymore. I had the money last month. She stole $2,000, and I could have done her deductible. She sold that and bought drugs. $2,000. She only had $20 on her that I knew of, and she took another $40 out of my wallet. That was all there was in there, $40, and there was $7 in here. I have no money in the bank. She's gotten $3,000 from me every other month to unpawn her jewelry and never unpawned it. Won't let me go to the pawn shop. One time I went with her to get it, and I made her go with me, and I got it that time, but then she pawned it again a few days later. She can't help it. It's the drugs. It ain't her.
Yeah.
It ain't her, man.
So did you take her off the bank account?
Yeah, she never was on it, honey.
Oh.
She ain't never been on. That's when I opened that at the Winston Panama City Hall. I was so far behind with them, and the credit card and stuff. When I called John Lee, when I got out of the nut house over there in Jacksonville after trying to kill myself, I called him, and he gave me, he paid my car payment with Nissan for like 4 months or 5 that I was behind. Didn't know it because my phone number had changed, and I wanted to buy her a new car in the beginning when we moved here, so I called Nissan. I touched in on my computer. I can see my payoff with Nissan. It shows you your payoff there if you're a Nissan customer. It said, call this number. So I called it. I said, hey, man, I can't get my payoff. I said, where do you work? Where are you at? I said, what do you mean where I'm at? He said, well, you're 5 months behind, and you're in a repo status. I said, oh, Jesus Christ, I ain't telling you where I'm at, dude. Let me get on the phone and get some money. I'll call you back in an hour. And I called John Lee, and he paid $1,800 or something to Nissan for me, my old boss. And because he understood, someone having problems. And then he paid off the bank, Bay Credit Union, paid off that. I'm sorry to keep you here.
No, you're fine.
Just take me to the house. I got to go take care of the dog. She's probably freaking out. I got to pee too bad.
Okay, well, the
You don't
restroom's over here.
Yeah.
You want to call her now? I mean, yeah.
Thank
I'll
you.
probably just wait.
Thank you.
She lives with someone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her husband and her son.
Okay. All right. This is just some information for you. You don't have to look at it now. It's got my contact information. Let's see. It's got the case number. And then there's some other information, some resources for you.
There's nothing gonna help me, man. I appreciate you very much. I know too much about psychology already. I'll get myself to a place that I can function. I'll do that really rapidly. But there's gonna be a trigger in the back of my mind every time I hear the word crack. It's there. Can't help
You've been
it.
under a tremendous amount of stress for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you've been dealing with this for years, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But she's made me a better man, so don't blame her
No,
for
no,
that.
no,
It's
I'm
not
not,
her.
I'm not, that's not where I'm going. I'm
It's
just
the
saying
sickness.
it's just everything that you've been going through and now the loss of her.
Thank you. I just don't want you to think
It's
her.
overwhelming. It can be overwhelming.
It ain't her.
Did Investigator Adric tell you the procedural steps from here as far as, she's with the medical examiner now?
I can't look at her right now.
No, you don't have to. What I'm saying is, there's gonna be an autopsy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that probably won't take place till later on today or this afternoon.
How was she killed?
She was shot. Do you even know when she left the house?
I'm thinking about an hour before I called her, because I think I laid down about 8:45, because I checked the lottery to see if I'd won the lottery, the Cash 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was somewhere around there.
Where did you think she was going tonight?
I didn't think she was leaving.
Oh,
She'd
okay.
already been to go get some dope, $20 worth of dope. She went and got that, and I stared at her while she smoked it in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
She said she had to have it or she'd leave, and she'd do whatever to get it. So I thought she just had $20. So she went and got that, a little bitty piece, sat in the bathroom. I sat on the tub, just stared at her, and I said some things that I'm going to be sorry for the rest of my life, ma'am. And then I forgave her. I said, just let me get some sleep. So I go to work, and I laid down with the dog. And I woke up and she was gone. Oh, well, I woke up another time because she walked through the room. That's when she was getting the money out of my jacket and my wallet, I'm sure. Now, but I never got up. I usually get up because when I'm 60, I got to pee every time I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
How can somebody just take somebody's life like that? How can they do that? Why would you do that? She didn't have nothing. She's pawned everything. It wasn't robbery. This was vindictive. Yeah. This was something vindictive because she had nothing of value. Everything of value is gone, man. My Rolex is gone. My Mason ring is gone. Everything's gone. So they didn't rob her. They shot her for another reason. Uh-huh. But if she had money, they wouldn't shoot her. These little drug dealers, man, they ain't going to shoot her for buying drugs. They're not going to risk their life over, $20 worth of drugs, $30. Because they're gone. Whoever did it's gone. And they knew it if they did that, just for that. They did it for something else. They probably did it because she turned in that cop. I'm going to find out if she turned in that cop. I'm going to find out.
Like I said, that could have all been made up.
It could have, yes, ma'am.
It could have been made
Could
up.
made.
I mean, part of her schizophrenia, part of the delusions,
Yeah.
paranoid.
I understand. I've studied extensive study on
Okay.
paranoia, schizophrenics. She's both, yeah. Well, I'm not going to sleep. I'll just go home and hold the dog, and it's no good praying anymore. I prayed to try to save her, and apparently they don't want to save her, so.
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
the medical examiner is going to do an autopsy
Yeah.
later today or this afternoon. And then at some point, she'll be released. So
What do I do now?
you don't have to make any decisions right now, but at some point, you'll have to think about
Yeah.
funeral arrangements.
Yes, ma'am. I get paid next week.
Well, because she's the victim of a homicide, there's a program through the Florida Attorney General's office called Victims Compensation.
Yeah, but I make too much money.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's not based on how much money you make.
How much I got? Was they based on that?
No.
'Cause it's all gone.
No, she's a victim of a homicide, so they'll pay up to $5,000 for burial.
I want her ashes, but I don't want to do that until they're through, seeing if there's
Anyway.
anything else can help the police officers. Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to
I'm
make any
coming
decisions,
I'm
but-
not.
okay.
I'm going to come to peace with this, and I'm going to get this guy. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to die. I'm going to take care of this. This is what I owe her. I'm going to find out who did this, and they will pay. Either by you guys or by my hand. They'll pay. You realize I have nothing else on this earth other than that dog? Nothing. I love her. It's the only reason I'm not doing something stupid right now. That's what saved me, is that dog. Because I know her mama would want me to save her. I bathe that dog every other night because she has skin disease. I sit in the tub with her and bathe her. That's her baby. She has a baby buggy. This is her. This is my sweetie. I miss her. I need to go home to her too, because her mommy's gone. This little baby.
How old is she?
I don't know. She's had 7 homes. She's been abused. The last old lady that had her fed her nothing but treats. That's what caused and triggered the skin disease. She didn't feed her any dog food, just treats. She whelps up. These are skin weeps, and then she chews it. It makes a sore, and I have to bathe her every other night, or it just gets so bad her face is tore up where she scratches herself. Benadryl just dopes her up, and that's no life, so I don't give her any more Benadryl. There's no life for a dog to be just doped up like that. I can't go on from here. I can't. I've got to just focus on this. I've got probably $7,000 coming to me by next Friday. That's enough to keep me up for a while.
Here,
I'm gonna find it.
this is my
Thank you.
card, and then there's some information in the back. This, like I said, you don't have to look at it now, but I just wanted you to have this.
Look at it now. Thank you. I'm like taking a burn victim to a fireworks display right now. I don't want to look at it.
No, hang on, just
I gotta pee again, if you don't mind.
okay.
Nerves. Thank you, sir. Hey, that last phone call she made, that's the guy, I bet.
Yeah, we're still looking into that part.
All right, Mr.
Thank
Gray.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Officer Tasso with TPD.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, so at this time, I just want you to go ahead, put your hands behind your back, and stay seated.
Yes, sir.
All right.
No.
Oh,
wait,
I'm sorry.
wait,
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead and
You stand up.
You can stand up.
Sorry. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is what's gonna happen is, because of some of the comments you made to us.
You're Baker acting me.
We
My
have
poor
to.
dog, what am I gonna do?
I understand. You just have to go for an evaluation, and then they'll decide at the hospital.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay?
I'm not
And
gonna kill myself.
and you gotta understand our position because of some
I
of the
do.
comments you made, and then you said you tried in the past, so we don't.
I do.
And we understand that it
I
is
do.
a trying time,
Yeah, okay, but
okay?
they're gonna let me go once I talk to
Okay.
them, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But
so,
I got to check on my dog.
I understand, we just gotta send you up there, we gotta do the form, I mean, it's kind of we understand your
I need
emotions
my-
are gonna be up and down, yeah, we'll
And
take your phone with
Call
you.
my mother-in-law.
Yeah, we know your
Oh,
emotions are gonna
thanks.
be
There
up and down, we understand that.
Sorry.
Yep, yep. 771, dispatch 1, protective custody. Move over
I'm
here.
not gonna kill myself.
Oh,
I just want to tell you
yeah.
that. That's
And
not
the
what
thing
I'm
is,
gonna do.
and you said that, but then you also said the others to us also, so we have to cover it all.
I understand.
I understand, so I'm gonna put your phone.
Thank you, dear,
here.
very much. Not mad at you at all about this.
Here.
No, we just want you to be
Keep my mouth shut.
okay.
You don't have anything
No.
in your pockets
No,
or
ma'am,
anything?
just-
Okay.
Let's, actually, let's come over here. Let's come back over here real quick. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
search you up here in
Yeah,
the
go
plate.
ahead. That's cool.
All right.
This pocket.
Could you give me another drink of water, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't pour too much on that.
Thank you.
And like you said, you don't have anything on you, right?
No,
Nothing that's
go
gonna
ahead, man.
poke me, stick me, stab me,
sir.
drugs, guns, knives, nothing like that?
No, sir.
Okay.
Is it your lottery tickets?
Yeah.
And that's, you got a couple dollars there.
Yeah, I think $7 or
I'm just gonna put that right back in
That's the
there.
phone she just gave you.
There's another pocket down there
That's in there.
behind that one, man. Just my necklace and
Your
my,
name tag.
and that's the cigarette thing, what do you call it, blue?
What is it?
A blue cigarette, the electronic cigarette. I'm trying to quit smoking.
I don't think that can go with
No, that's
you.
all right, I'm trying to quit smoking. I don't need a cigarette now.
Okay.
My adrenaline's just
Is that something
gone.
that's like disposable?
Yeah, you can throw it away.
Okay.
Yeah, just throw it away.
That's what it is.
And inside pocket too, right here,
Yeah,
Jay.
I'm going, I don't want your stuff to fall out, so I'm gonna zip that one back up.
Okay, this is Mark's card.
Sorry.
There's some
I broke
tobacco.
a cigarette I was
I got
hiding
you.
from my wife.
Ah, good.
Okay. Are these your meds or?
No, these are stones that I have. I buy and sell stones. Turn it over and you'll see.
Oh, okay.
Those are,
Like collectors, things like that?
yes ma'am, that's a magic trick I did for kids.
Oh, okay.
Business
Your lighter.
cards, yeah, my hidden
Lighter.
lighter, smoking.
Yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
and then your watch,
I don't think I have anything in my pockets. Yeah, sir.
business cards, and then you gave one to Investigator Adrian.
I went through this once before, remember?
Yeah, I know, well, and because you told us that, and then some of the comments, and we understand, that's why we have to use it, just
do
to
it,
be
yes
safe.
ma'am. I'm not gonna kill
Yeah,
myself.
well, we'd rather,
But
you know.
maybe I can talk to somebody for a minute over there.
Yeah, someone that might just be able to, help you get your mind right, because you are going through
Totally
a
empathy,
whirlwind of
yeah.
emotions and things like that, so, and understandably so. Okay, are you good with us throwing these two
Oh, I
things
don't
away?
need either one of them, no.
Okay.
no.
All right.
All right,
You really don't have to
And then-
handcuff me, though. I'm not gonna
It's-
run.
it's a
just
policy
It's a
thing.
policy thing. So we do it the
understand.
same to everybody.
yep, it's a policy
Okay,
thing, and
your
then
phone's back in there.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get
And-
going, okay?
we'll be contacting you and keeping you updated with everything with the investigation, okay?
Thank you very much. And tell the other lady, thank you.
I will.
Have a good night.
You too, thank you.